Hey everybody, and welcome back to the next episode. Let's jump on the ladder and play the second game. With the Huns. That was just a warm-up game I did, and yeah, I'm excited about how it's going to play out. Multiplayer. I think we did the first game yesterday already for Huns, and yeah, I hope I'm not getting arena though. So let me quickly recap what the thought process was here with Huns. It was that I go to berries a little bit later, because if I do the standard scouts build order and I have 3 on wood with Huns, because I'm having less wood, I can't afford the mill at the timing where I would usually get it, and I'm saving a little bit of working time because I don't have to make houses. That means I dare to click up with 19 instead of 20 pop for scouts. And yes, that basically means I just send more villagers to hunt and food underneath the town center until I can afford the mill, and then I have the last 2 villagers go to another wood line, and that's basically the build. So it's only Huns and Vietnamese to go. Well, if I'm going for scouts. And I think the reason for a lot of losses with the mediocre civs, now we're reaching the upper B tier of Harris' tier list, was that I was facing, when I had a scout civ, I was facing a stronger scout civ, or when I had an archer civ, I was facing a stronger archer civ, and that made me want to play a counter strategy or a different strategy, which was simply not as effective. For instance, being up Lithuanians versus Mongols, I know that the Mongol player will technically have the stronger scout rush, so I was thinking to myself, okay, let's go man-at-arms here, but actually, a good scout rush can still beat the man-at-arms rush and have scouts out early enough, especially in the new meta where everything is up where everybody's up super fast. So that didn't really make sense, and that was, I think, one of the primary reasons for me losing. And yes, so I think I should still take the scout fight, even though my civ is technically worse at it, and then kind of play a defensive scout rush and add a couple of spears. And but let's see what matchup we get now with Huns, and if we're facing a better scout civ, or if I dare taking the scouts war. Huns versus Bohemians. Alright. Let's think about this now. Oh. Okay. Drop in? Question mark? Well. Okay, let's give it another shot. But I think we can still think about this matchup though. But now I have to adjust the video title. Oh, we're up in the 1300s now. 1323. Versus Bohemians. Bohemians, well, are more of an archer civ, In Castle Age, they have gunpowder, which is not really good versus the options that Huns have, but let's go through it with the ages. I think the best opening for Bohemians is defensive archers, because it moves into archer crossbow play in Castle Age, which is really strong for Bohemians if they go for ballistics and for chemistry, because then they have just amazing crossbows, which are definitely good versus my both go-to options as Huns versus knights and versus cav archers. So I think that the Bohemian player should open defensive archers. That means I can technically open scouts. We'll have to add a range soon and go towards skirmishers. And yeah, then it's just a little bit sorry, pretty early over here. I just thought I'd get this video done already. So yeah, then maybe it's not a good idea to go for CA if my enemy is on crossbows already, because I would need a huge mass and a lot of upgrades to face them. You can kite away from knights always a little bit, so I think CA are technically stronger versus knights than they are versus crossbows. And that would make me play knights, for instance, and if I'm able to mass a lot of knights and probably add mangonels or scorpions or something, that would make my enemy at some point switch to halberdier, or for instance pikemen. And that's what the Bohemian player would want anyways. Oh, Huns on Arena. What can Huns do on Arena? Don't have to make houses. Let's see if I have to go scouts or if I can just boom into CA. I think Huns are not a good arena civ though. Versus Spanish. Okay.
Захир зүйтэй би болгоё. Амтэн тийчээ. Тийм үү. Захир амтэн тийчээч.
Spanish are definitely one of the best arena civs. And they are infamous for their castle drop into Conquistador. So I expect my enemy to castle drop me. How can I try to avoid that? I think once I'm castle dropped with Huns, things get really difficult for me. So I think I do have to add a couple of scouts. Which then means I should be upping at maybe 25, 26 pop-ish, something around that. And try to make a couple of scouts in feudal age to get map control and to potentially deny the castle drop. Castle will be up very fast though. This will be tough. If my enemy is on Kongs, well, of course I can try to make monks and cav archers a little bit. But going cav archers is really tough in early castle age. I think it's not really gonna work out too well.
Anchung. Amramindu. Time. Suite. Idimban. Emtiger. Suite. Time. Idimban. Bodroy.
So I just hope this castle never gets up, honestly. What if he does the defensive castle at home? Then I need to make sure he doesn't get the... Then I need to make sure he doesn't get over with 4 to 5 Kongs and a couple of petards, gets in my base and makes stuff really messy for me. That deer doesn't want to be pushed.
Amramindu. Zeker. Emtintiger. Amramindu. Zeker. Zaza. Bibodroy. Suite.
Arena is so different to Arabia. It's just so chilled in the beginning, but yeah, it's so strategical.
Amramindu. Time. Zeker. Anchung. Idimban. Anchung. Emtintiger.
So I think I'm upping 26 pop here, maybe. Now 25 pop should be fine. At least I don't have to make houses. Saving a little bit of working time here. But honestly, these deer are really stubborn today. Okay. Now let's scout my enemy, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be... How to even make this mining camp in an efficient way, I have no idea. Probably over at that side would have been better. And I need about 300. That's actually one too much. Barracks already. So I make stable market. I think blacksmith is not needed here. As my upbuildings. Then I need 1 ring of farms. It's very likely I'm not really going to be able to click up here. I'm not making monks though, I'm just making a couple of scouts. Yeah, let's get 1 more villager out. I was afraid this would happen. Oh, by the way, I do have to make even one more villager. Because obviously now I didn't have enough villagers on food. Oh, come on. So, 25 pop was a bit ambitious with Huns. Here is my stone, so I actually do think it's very possible. Try to castle drop me over here. Then I make 2 TCs at the back and hope that I can get to Cav Archers ASAP. Oh, that's an upgrade that I don't really need right now. So I'm not going for monks at all, I'm just going for the boom. I hope that this is not a bad decision. Okay, no vills in front of my base. Very strange. Oh, he let my scout into his base. What information do I get? Market blacksmith, that actually looks like the castle drop build. Well, if everything falls apart, I can always stop this boom and make some knights. Nothing is happening, and yet this is really stressing me out that it's just possible that he's going to make conks and try to go into my base. I actually think this is going to happen. Petards and conks. Yeah, so then I think I'm just going to make a second stable just in case. I mean, I have 25, I can switch to gold and stone now anyways. Yeah, look. And now I need a second stable, and I need knights. Simply because Cav Archer would require much more upgrades, and I can't afford to get that done.
Захир барилгачин амар минь дүү бидэн байна. Амар минь дүү барилгачин бидэн байна. Зүйтэй барилгачин
I'm still not really floating a lot of food. So upgrades are still a little bit remote. And I don't even have a blacksmith for upgrades. Okay. Unfortunately, I have no monks to heal them up. I think he's going to try to enter at some point. First of all, I need my upbuildings now. Maybe now I just add a monastery and a couple of monks. That could be good. Bowsaw could also be good. So I think he has collected the relics by now. This is so annoying.
Тийм үү? Амар минь дүү. Чиндаач мө эрхлэгч. Гэдаач мө эрхлэгч. Бидэн бай. Би болоо.
Tricky stuff, so I think now first of all I'm going for knights, and I have to completely rebalance my eco. Like, this is so messy right now. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I need traps ASAP. I think I can already make like why not like something like 2. Ranges, so if need be to tech into Cav archers. I already have ranges, so I can get upgrades. Come on, give me that cavalier upgrade. Now I need to try to fight this. Alright, do I need Paladin? That's the question. I think once I'm hot-capped I can consider it. But I'd more consider actually heavy CA over that. Trying to get these upgrades already. But for now, continuing to make attack switch is kind of brutally awkward right now. Where is more gold to be gained? It's over there on this side, and that's very important for me actually. Yeah, let's try to go in here. But this is nice. It seems as if I do have a chance versus Spanish here. Now I think I just need more siege. Once again, yeah. That's good. How about Townwatch Looms? Actually also not too bad. I think I have too much food here. Oh, don't leave my traps there unprotected. That's a bad thing. And then at the end I should also move to Hussar because... No, not Paladin. Oh, I need more siege, more than anything. That's too stupid. Maybe siege ram. As you can clearly see, I'm not an arena player. Oh, and I don't even have ballistics now. Why do I try to attack where the castle is? I try to attack where the castle is not. Because then that actually becomes a lot more annoying.
Timo.
It's expanding over to that side. And I have a lot of resources banked, but I'm actually taking too much time for all these things to happen right now. And these bombard cannons do a fairly good job of keeping my siege at bay. Do I have all the upgrades for the C8? It seems, except for ballistics.
Timo.
I think another castle to protect this would be very nice. Oh, supremacy villages. Oh man, this is sick. Like, this guy has definitely played. Hunts a lot. How did he manage to kill all that? think I even need elite skirmisher here because I just don't have gold. I have a little bit of stone left, but I don't think that it would be a good idea to spend it, because it doesn't really help me. I think I'd rather sell it and have some more siege, and I need to be very careful of the siege. How? How did he kill the trap? Can't afford to lose all these siege units. That's so expensive. That's where I spent everything on. Okay, Halberdier. Need it. Yes, he has tech into Paladin. Oh, no, I think I can't make another tech switch work. This is horrible. So I had a good momentum. I gave up on the relics, but I think I really need to learn how to play these how to play these super slow castle pushes. Well, to be fair, I'm not an arena player at all. Here, that was a very interesting fight because I thought I was winning this easy, but my enemy somehow made it so that he could stay defensively and defeat my army here. I was not paying close enough attention. And it's probably also better to try to trap this castle when I have to go building by building, like make it really slow, because when I'm trying to trap this castle, I'm positioning my siege here, and he can always snipe that, and I spent all my gold on it. So he would have paladin and all that. In the meantime, I think in the mid game it actually looked pretty solid for me, yeah, around this time. But then it was a matter of me not having relics and all that. Okay. But I think we can cut it here because after all, it's Huns on arena versus Spanish, so probably one of the worst arena civs versus one of the best. I was happy with my boom and happy that I didn't die to the P-tard action. But I really have to get used to slow pushing and like properly slow pushing, and also not trying to ram push versus someone who is as defensive as the Spanish with Kongs and paladins and all that. I should only go rams versus a dedicated archer civ, and yes, the rams just melted versus every unit that the Spanish guy had. So yeah, GG. By the way, what elo was my mate? Yeah, an arena guy over 1300. I have no chance because I'm not an arena guy myself. But see you in the next episode.